Hey, everyone, and welcome to episode number 62 of the Chris Rose Rotation, a production of JOMBOY Media. And for the final time in the 2021 season, we say good day to Marlins shortstop Miguel Rojas. Miggy Ro, how are you, my friend?
Hey, Chris, what's up, man? Everything is good. Just happy to be back on the rotation with you and having the opportunity to talk for the one last time during the regular season.
Yeah.
With our followers and everybody who's been supporting the whole year. I think it's been a great ride.
Well, everybody always smiles after your episode airs because they feel better about life because you're such a good human. We got a lot to get to today. No guests, so it's just the two of us chopping it up, which is perfectly fine with me. I got to start with, what hat are you wearing?
So this is a collaboration with one of the designers that I like the most, Fear of God. That's the name of the designer. So they make a collaboration with New Era, the same hats that make the hats for the MLB. So for me, it's just a cool look. It's like wearing a baseball hat off the field, and so that's what I go with.
But you know, it's funny because Millar, for the 10 years I worked with him, he was like, Rose, you just don't know how to wear a baseball hat. Some guys like you look great in your lid. I mean, you're, tops to tails, you're always dressed perfectly. But look at me. I've worn a baseball hat my entire life. I'm 50 years old and I still wear it shitty. Like you
like baseball hats. I appreciate that you always bring the fire with the hats. I think you're fine. I don't know what Millar is talking about.
I don't know if it's maybe it just looks funny on my head. My face has gotten a little rounder again recently. Maybe that's it. I got to thin it out a little bit more, do a little extra cardio, and then maybe
get it back in shape again. Or
yeah. Bad visit with the doctor, but we'll talk about that later. Not a big deal. All right, so some interesting things for you. It kind of slid under the national radar, but it was a big story, I think, in Miami. Was the fact that you got to your 500th plate appearance of the season, and that meant that your option for 2022 automatically vested. How much did that weigh on you during the year as a 32-year-old starting shortstop?
Yeah, it did a little bit. To be honest with you, that's something that I always keep not as a pressure, more as a motivation for me to get to that threshold, But one thing that I always put on my mind is I didn't want to use that just as a thing that I want to accomplish, get to the 500 play appearance. I want to produce, I want to be able to show that I can still play shortstop, even if I'm 32 years old. I think I can still play short for a couple more years. And that's my biggest motivation right now. My biggest motivation is to show everybody that I can still prepare for every single game, and I can play the whole year round in shortstop and being a productive shortstop. That's my mindset. So for me, yeah, I mean, especially when it starts to get closer, you start thinking about it a little bit more, and it becomes like something else that you have to worry about. But at the end of the day, man, like baseball, it's a beautiful sport. You're going to have an opportunity to play a day after day. And I think, the organization has been great, giving me every opportunity for me to success and putting me in a great spot. So for me, I think I gotta say thank you to a lot of people from my family, to the people who take care of me outside of baseball, my physical trainer in the off season, the people that I go with and work out. Don Mattingly, the organization. So many people that is around me. So for this option to vest and actually complete my 3-year deal that I originally signed.
Sounded like an Oscar speech right there. That was pretty good. Like to thank everybody, the lighting people, the hair, the makeup, which I get it. I understand it takes a lot of people to get you through a full season healthy. I do want to share this with you. My 15-year-old son, Brady, has become a huge fan of you and everybody that's a co-host on the rotation. And I remember I probably looked up your vesting option beginning sometime in June or something. I was like, maybe right around when you got hurt. I was like, I wonder what his contract status is. And I saw the plate appearances to get to 500. I was like, okay, we started doing the math. So every day Brady would say, okay, Miggy Rose in the lineup. Good. And he's hitting at the top, so he's going to get at least 4 ABs. We were counting down the at-bats. Miggy, I'm telling you, he would be pissed when you were not in the starting lineup. He would walk down and be like, Dad, the Marlins are fucking him. They're keeping him out of the lineup. He's not going to get to 500 plate appearances. I was like, slow down, bro.
Nah. You know what? So at the end of the day, I mean, I understand the frustration from a lot of places, but this game is so hard to be in there every single day. Sometimes you play 20 in a row, and sometimes you just have to take your breaks here and there. For us, the players, you always want to be in there, but there's some little things that happens behind the scenes that sometimes nobody knows. So sometimes nobody knew that I found my a ball off my knee on Saturday, and that's why I wasn't in the lineup Sunday and Monday. So I mean, I have to just take care of my body and make sure that if I'm on the field, I have to be the best product that I can put out there.
By the way, when you foul a ball off your knee, that must hurt like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah. Let me show you real quick, so for everybody to see.
Oh, dude, come on.
How it is. That's how a foul ball off your knee looks like.
Are you sure that somebody didn't hit you with a hammer?
That's how it looks like, right? So that's when you have the problem with the sinkers, sinkers inside, man, and you're swinging those balls thinking that they're gonna be strikes and end up like on the pinter of the bat, and then you foul it off right onto your knee. So I'm happy that I'm healthy, because it was kind of worried. I was kind of worried about my knee after the game.
Yeah, you're lucky like it wasn't an inch to the left and like went right off your kneecap or something.
Exactly.
Oh my God, that looked terrible.
Yeah, that's just to put a little bit on perspective. What I mean, sometimes people think or ask, like not like baseball fans sometimes don't get the full picture because of so many things, And I mean, fans out there, it's not something against the fans, or they need to know everything that happens. But sometimes they're little things that keep you away. And the last thing that we want as a player is not being there. You know how bad it feels when like you're in the dugout, right? Not playing that day, and someone from the stands scream like, "Hey, why are you not playing? I came to see you play." That's what made me feel the worst. Because I mean, everybody is doing whatever they can to come to the ballpark, to pay a ticket, to travel from wherever it is.
Mm-hmm.
You have a responsibility as a professional athlete, to play that game, and that's what they want. They want you to be in the lineup every day and actually being successful and doing the right thing.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Here's what you do. The next time you hear that, you take a scissors to your pants and you just walk outside the dugout and you start pointing to that nasty, that's not even black and blue. That's got some yellow and green in it. I don't know what the hell. I think you're trying to do the color chart on your left knee right now. You just point to that and you'd be like, and everybody be like, oh God.
Yeah. So this is what is good about this window that we have, in platform. We talk about other stuff that people don't know.
Oh yeah.
And it's way bigger than just the game of baseball. So that's why this is important. I feel like this is one of the best experience of my my media career so far.
Mm-hmm.
Like talking to you open about what's going on throughout a whole year, and you're talking to a guy who got a Tommy John surgery. You're talking to a guy with multiple shoulder problems during the year. You're talking to a guy who have to skip a start here and there. You're talking to a position player who is being like battling with a bunch of injuries, playing with a broken finger, playing with whatever it is. And that's what make this interesting.
No, that's what we're here for. Which takes me to my next point. Today on Baseball Today with Plouffe, we talked about the amazing feat that Salvador Perez accomplished. So now he's got the single season home run championship for a catcher all time, which is unreal when you consider the number of foul balls that guy takes, the number of balls in the dirt that he's got to block that bounce the wrong way. Catchers' hands and feet are just gnarly. They're disgusting. Mm-hmm. And do you know that as of our taping date, the Royals have played 151 games. Salvador Perez has played in 150 of them.
Yeah. And you know what don't surprise me is the number, the games that he's in there. And why is the way that he prepares in the off season. You got to see this guy, man. All you have to do is follow him on social media or just get to know the guy a little bit, and you will see the preparation and the work ethic of this guy have. That's the only way that you can be in the lineup so many times being a catcher and just not just producing offensively, but being one of the best catchers in the league. Like he's dealing with a rotation, and he's have to be like good blocker. He's a good thrower, and on top of that, he hit 45 homers, and now he got the record all time for a catcher with 46, and he's looking for the record for a Venezuelan player to ever play baseball in the big leagues, and he needs to hit 4 more to get that. It's unbelievable, and for me, just hat off to him, and his preparation, his work ethic are unmatched.
Well, you guys are close to the same age, I think.
I think
have a little bit.
He's 1 year younger, I think.
Yeah. Did you play with him growing up, or did you? I'm not familiar, unfortunately, with Venezuela and where people grow up and stuff like that. Did you guys grow up near each other?
No, we're not. We didn't. So we're far away, like 4 hours away from each other. We didn't play when we was growing up, but we play in the minors. I saw him in low A first, and then I saw him in high A next year, and then we didn't with the Reds. I didn't face the Royals again, but I finally saw it in the big leagues, and we were teammates in Venezuela in Winter Ball. So I played with him. He played there just 1 year. He won Rookie of the Year. He won a batting title. He won a MVP. The same year he won everything because he was just like above everybody else in the league. Great catcher, great leader. I mean, great guy, man.
He's a funny dude too.
Oh yeah,
he'll keep you laughing, no question. So you say you haven't been to the Baseball Hall of Fame? Well, let the Hall of Fame come to you with the show Hall of Fame Connections. It's a 13-episode YouTube series with new episodes that drop each and every Wednesday. It looks at the Hall of Fame collections from a new and entirely exciting different angle. Each episode tells a different story of how 2 seemingly unrelated artifacts in the museum actually end up crossing together through generations. It's a 2-part episode each Wednesday that features both a narrative storytelling element that weaves through the history of some of the museum's most iconic artifacts. And it's hosted by my buddy from the MLB Network, former player, Carlos Pena, and sports journalist Lindsay Berra, who, of course, is the granddaughter of Hall of Famer Yogi Berra. Hall of Fame Connections, it provides an exciting opportunity to engage baseball fans of all generations, directly linked to the Hall of Fame's mission of preserving history, honoring excellence, and connecting generations. By the way, support for this series, it was provided by Market New York grant through I Love New York State Division of Tourism as part of the Regional Economic Development Council initiative. And to stay up to date with the release of each episode, Hall of Fame Connections, follow Baseball Hall of Fame social media channels at Baseball Hall on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube as well. You pride yourself on your defense. What did you think of the play that Jesus Sanchez made last night, where he seemingly overran the ball, reached back, and caught it barehanded?
No, you have to have some special skill set to do that, It's funny because the face that he made, and when he get back to the dugout, the first thing we ask him is, what was that, What's going on? And like he catch it, and you see it. He catch it just with his 2 fingers. Like he was gonna throw the ball. Like he catch it with these 3 fingers. He didn't even use that like the whole hand. He catch it like right here. He could have thrown a perfect throw to the home plate after he catch a ball. It's crazy. Like I was talking to him about like those pop-ups, because he had the tendency of like running so hard towards the ball, right? But when those balls get air under, on that side, when a righty hit it, those balls are always going to come back, right? Especially in a ballpark like us, like it's a dome, and you have air conditioner blowing from the stands, right? And that ball is always going to come back to the third territory when he have a lot of air under. So I was talking to him about that, but he keeps smiling at me, saying that he didn't even remember how he put his hand in, like out there, and the ball just got stuck on his hand. That's literally what he said.
It's amazing. we've seen it in, over the years. David Wright made an amazing barehanded play when he was with the Mets. Kevin Mitchell, when I was a lot younger, made one. I think it was in St. Louis against Ozzie Smith, where he was down all the way by the foul line, had to reach back and caught it over his head. It was utterly insane. I can't imagine. Everybody was probably looking at each other like, did he just use his hand on that one?
Did that just really happen? Is that's the comment that everybody made in the dugout. It was like blew our mind like right away when he catch a ball. And I mean, that tells you like how strong this guy is too, catching that ball coming down like that. He hit it pretty decent for the ball to be that far.
Here's the Kevin Mitchell catch against Ozzie Smith. This one is just ridiculous because he's full speed sprint. And he's like, oh man, that's peeling back over my.
Yeah, he probably felt like, oh, this ball is farther away from me. And he keep running and say, oh, I got it here, so I need to put my hand up.
That's great. Look at Terry Kennedy laughing his ass off, the old veteran behind the dish. Good work. So I talked about you having tremendous pride, obviously, in your defense. That's what got you to the major leagues. Your hitting improvement is what has kept you here and made you an everyday Major League Baseball player. But you had a couple plays against the Pirates recently. And even one of our brethren here, one of our fellow co-hosts, Stephen Brault, texted me. He's like, dude, Miggy Rowe is just killing us right now. How exciting is it when you make a great play defensively?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's the best part of my game. Like I feel like when I make a play like that, it's like hitting a homer. Just like it was a runner at third base. He hit this chopper, and if you don't make the play, it's a run. It's like hitting a home run. For me, it's like the same kind of feeling when you save a run like that, because put the team in a best position. And make you feel good because you're doing something to impact the game right away. Those kind of plays are like, for me, they are more excited to than getting a double with nobody on or something like that. So for me, like defensively, you can impact the game a lot and like make the other team actually like turn the momentum your way.
How important is it for you to make it as a finalist for the Gold Glove?
Oh no, it's everything. It's huge for me. It's what I always dream about. I always want to be like Omar Vizquel. Omar Vizquel got 11 Gold Glove, and for me to be that close last year and being a finalist, and whatever happened this year, I will be happy with the season that I had. Personally, like I made really good plays. I actually covered a lot of ground. I stay on the field, other than the times that I wasn't playing for my finger or these last couple of days. But I feel proud of the way that I played defense this year. I think I was solid, and being a finalist is a step closer to getting to the Gold Glove.
Yeah, dude,
which has been my dream.
I want you to get that so that when we have you on next year and you use this as your backdrop.
Oh yeah, it will look good right there.
Yeah, something's getting replaced. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, it's funny. My dad was such a big Vizquel fan because obviously we're big Cleveland fans.
Right.
He used to say that Omar Vizquel was 100 RBI guy. He said he'd drive in 65 and save 35. Now, obviously, back then we weren't talking about defensive run saves and using metrics the way that we do today.
Right.
But I thought his point was great because he said as a shortstop who wasn't a big time hitter, he turned into a solid hitter.
Yeah.
But, he wasn't going to drive in 90 runs. But he said he damn well could save you 30 runs a year based on his defense. I imagine that's the way you look at it, too.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I just described. Like when you save a run, it's as important for your team than driving in one. Sometimes it's even better because you're winning late in the game 2-1 or something like that.
Yep.
And you have to make this play. Sometimes it doesn't have to be like a spectacular play. You have to be with like being solid with your routines and trying to make every routine play. That's what like winners and the teams who winning do. Sometimes you have to have the balance in the lineup. A team that it can go just out there and slog everybody, but don't play good defense, they're probably not gonna win as many games. So that's why the central line, second baseman, shortstop, center field, and catcher, they need to be solid on defense.
Hey, are you like me and you got old sports cards lying around the house? You don't know what to do with them? I got a place you can check out. Greg Morris wants to buy your old sports cards collections. That's right. You got the old pieces of cardboard. You can turn that into cold, hard cash. So what is Greg Morris buying? Any older baseball, basketball, football, hockey cards. So we're talking about anything vintage that is pre-1980, even older than that. Pre-war cards, 1930s, tobacco cards, 19th century cards. If it looks old, Greg Morris wants it. They're going to take modern cards too, especially the ones that have been graded by a third party, PSA, Beckett, all those good places. To find out more and to sell Greg Morris your sports cards collections, go to gregmorriscards.com. Fill out the form there. Somebody will get back to you and how they can give you cash for your old sports cards. Also, follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for the latest updates. Once again, it is gregmorriscards.com. Sell those cards today and get some cold, hard cash. So when you were a kid in Venezuela, when did you realize like you were a wizard with the glove?
So I knew I had a special talent, as a shortstop, because I was playing and I was like 10, 11 years old or 12 or something like that. And I'm not comparing myself to other kids. It's just like the way that I was catching balls and making plays, I didn't see like other kids making, So from that time, I got with a coach that challenged me to do something with my hands. Have you seen this? I posted, I think a year ago, a video of me like catching balls of the palm of my hand, right? So I learned that really early in my life. When I was like 8, 9 years old, a coach started challenging me, hey, try to do this. And he was really good at it. And so the ball barely touched my glove and I catch it with my hand. So I think it's something that I learned really early, that it tells me that, hey, you have really special talent here or a gift that you can use, And I think everybody else saw it. And I wasn't like really like a 5'2" player or something like that. But that tool that I had, it take me to what I wanted to accomplish, which was signing a professional deal.
Got it. I always wonder, how good guys are when they're younger. So that's good. Good perspective. All right. One other thing that's amazing about you is that you are you're a tremendous leader. So I am curious your take on what happened with the San Diego Padres. Now, I have to preface this by saying you're not a member of the San Diego Padres. You don't know about the relationship between Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis Jr. So it's not fair to necessarily, but we all heard it because somebody had their cell phone out. So once again, here's how it all transpired. Let's give a listen. All right, so for people that might be having a little difficulty hearing that, essentially this happened in St. Louis, and Tatis had a rough plate appearance, was apparently bitching and moaning in the umpire's direction. Their manager had already been thrown out of the game. This is a critical series for them if they want to make the playoffs, and Machado starts yelling at him, it's not fucking about you. Get your head out of your ass. Let's go. You're the best player in baseball. Any problem with how this was handled?
Yeah, Manny is not wrong, like he's trying to keep his best player on the field. That's something that you always have to do. And as a leader, as a veteran in the clubhouse, and as a guy who knows how much it means for them to win the game and to win that series, and having an opportunity to play for something bigger and for what you always like dream about, which is playing in the playoff and go to the World Series and win a championship. He actually did whatever of any other veteran will do and a leader will do, trying to keep the best player on the field. And he's not wrong about that. He's not wrong about Tatis being the best player in this game, in this league right now. So they need him on the field. And it's not just because of the Padres. I mean, that team, it happens to every team. Remember, earlier in the year happened with the Mets, with a situation with Lindor and stuff. What's the difference? That nobody saw it. Nobody recorded anything. So now it's like the people wonder. But this stuff happens to us in our team, in our clubhouse. You know what I mean? Happens to every team. I think every team who are competing and who have like 27 guys in the bench, they're going to have this kind of confrontations. The only thing is like, you know, right now, like cameras are on, everybody with a cell phone can record it, like it happens right there, but I have no problem with that. That's something that it's not going to affect like Tatis and Machado relationship. I'm pretty sure they had a beer or whatever, a protein shake after the game, and they talk it out, and their family, you know, like it's brothers. They're brothers, and they probably talk it out and say, you know what, whatever happens, you know, it was for your best interest. I'll leave you with this. In baseball, during a baseball season, being a baseball player, you can't take stuff personal. If you start taking stuff personal with your teammates, you're not gonna be in a good place with your mind, because there's a lot of times where when a teammate for your best interest is gonna tell you something in a way that you're probably not gonna like, but you can't take that personal, you know, because there's nothing against you. It's not about you. It's about the team at the time. You know what I mean? So I rather have a confrontation with one of my teammates to make my team better, and for this guy, understanding that this guy is not gonna take it personal.
Have you ever yelled at somebody like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. And
you
someone yelled at me the same way. And it was probably not the right time, or people say, oh, there's a better place. I mean, there's no better place. It needs to be happening right there, you know, because that's where a situation was about to happen. If he got thrown out of the game, there's no more. Yeah, that's it, you know. There's no screaming. There's not nothing, because it's already done. It's already out. But yeah, I mean, I've done it before, and I mean, no repercussions on anything. Yeah, it's like if you gotta fight, you fight or whatever, and then, I mean, you gotta talk it out and hug it out.
You don't have to tell us who it was, but do you remember what you yelled at somebody for like that?
No, it was like probably kind of the same, between the same lines, like, get the head out of your ass. It's not about you, you know. Let's stop that over there. Or I remember it was the time that I got like that. It was because of so one of the things that I always say on the teams that I've been on is so no excuses, right? And it was about an excuse on a pitch that the guy throw 1% of the times. You know, with all these numbers that we got right now. Mm-hmm. So you always find the scouting reports on the pitcher. And the pitcher is like, okay, let's say Scherzer is 45% fastballs, 47% sliders, 3% curveballs against righties, 1% changeup, right? So this guy got the 1% changeup and got a strikeout, right? And he came back to the dugout saying that, oh, I didn't know that he got a changeup. Start getting kind of on the hitting coach. Oh, why did you tell me that he was gonna put me away with the changeup? So I thought that was wrong, you know. And I have to tell the guy, like, I have to let him know the excuses are not gonna be actually, they're not gonna be accepted. You know, you should have known that this guy has something, even if it's a 1%. It's not on anybody else. You know, it's on you. That's your career. You need to know what's this guy have. And even if it's a 1% change, I don't care. Like, you strike out, you have to take it, and you just have to continue to play. So it was something between those lines.
Did he come up to you afterward and he was like, "You're right, my bad"?
I mean, we took it out, and actually, like, it was a learning experience for not just for him and me, but for everybody else. You know, from that day on, like nobody else complained about, you know, like having to strike out on a weird backdoor sinker or something like that this guy threw all of a sudden. You know, they're trying to compete, and sometimes they're gonna make shit up. You know.
So you said you got yelled at before? I can't imagine you getting yelled at.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think my situation was I'm not excusing myself or anything. It's I didn't run, so I pop up to first base or to third base, and I thought the ball was foul, and I didn't run to first base, kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. You lost.
The guy catch the ball.
You thought you'd fouled it off.
Yeah, I don't like. That's not an excuse. I should have run anyways. If it's close to the line or whatever, you run, and then whatever happens after. If it's a foul ball, you come back and hit, right? So yeah, I got yelled out by a coach one time, and they took me out of the game. Say, hey, shit's not gonna fly here. You know, I'm not gonna take it personal. He was right. You know. Was
this in the minor leagues or the majors?
No, it was in the big leagues.
Oh my God, they took you out of a major league game because of that?
Yeah, it took me out because I didn't run to first base in a pop-up. That's how it was, man, back in the day.
Oh damn! I bet you from now on out, you're like,
yeah. Even if it's in the stands, you're running, and then if you're not sure, you know, like sometimes you know the ball is out of play, and you're not gonna be like running and wasting everybody's time. But yeah, I mean, that's a situation where, like, I mean, you learn from, and you know for a fact that you can take it personal with this guy and say, oh, this guy's an asshole, whatever, blah blah blah. You know, he don't like me. I'm not gonna like him back or whatever. I mean,
but you know that guys do take it personally. It's hard because
they do, man. They do.
It's hard because we don't have that in our line of work. Like when you work in this business, it's part of the reason, in my opinion, that television or sports media executives don't do a good enough job because they're so afraid of hurting on-air people's feelings that they don't want to tell them the truth. Mm-hmm. Like for whatever reason, our business is terrible at coaching people. You know who loves to be coached? Former players that eventually get in front of a camera. They love it. They love to get coached hard. They're like, what do you want me to do? And people are like, I don't want to hurt his feelings or her feelings. No, shit. They've been coached their entire career.
Right.
You know?
Right. No, you're right. 100%. I feel like, I mean, if you can really take it, like this is not for you, you know? Because you have to be mentally tough, and I mean, sometimes you have to ask the tough questions, and I mean, that's how it is.
Hey guys, we know it's not an easy topic, but let's discuss it like adults. We've done it before. We're going to do it again. If you need help with any form of ED, GetRoman.com is the place to help you out. You get a free online evaluation and ongoing care for ED, all in the privacy of your own home. It means no doctor visits. It means you don't have to get any sort of prescription and go to a pharmacy. They actually send it to you. A U.S. licensed healthcare professional will work to find you the best treatment plan. As I mentioned, if medication is appropriate, it ships to you free with 2-day shipping. Getting started, it's real simple. GetRoman.com/JOMBOY now to get $15 off your first month. Once again, it's GetRoman.com/JOMBOY. You get $15 off your first month. Go take care of this so you can take care of business, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I know that in years past, you've been allowed to manage, right, at the end of the season?
Yeah, I did one time.
Is that going to happen again?
Well, knowing Donnie, the only way that I probably going to do that this year again is if the Phillies doesn't have a chance to make the playoff that last game of the year. I probably do it. I don't know if he's going to give it to someone else because he gave it to me before. And he's a guy who always like give that opportunity to different guys that thinks they're going to have a long career, like JT Realmuto did it, Martin Prado, Juan Uribe in LA. Someone else did it here in Miami. I think it was Jeff Mattis or something like that.
Okay.
So in my career with Donnie, I get to know Donnie pretty well, and I know he always do that. So he actually gave me the opportunity against the Phillies in Philadelphia a couple years ago, and he let me do everything, like talk to the media that day, leave the whole day, you know, like a manager for a day kind of thing, make my own lineup, like under some circumstances, you know, he gave me like, okay, this guy's out, this guy is doing this, or this pitcher is going to go just a couple innings or whatever it is. And then you pick your own stuff, which is cool. You know, like let's say this year, if I got the opportunity, I'm probably going to pick Sandy Leon is going to be my bench coach.
Heck yeah. Got to go catcher as your bench coach. You have to have a catcher as your bench coach.
Exactly. So I probably gonna have is Sandy Alcantara is not pitching that day. It's gonna be my pitching coach because he's our ace, and the older guys in this rotation. It's crazy, he's 26 years old and he's the older guy. So that tells you how young this team is, and he let you run the game, man, and it's fun. It is nerve-wracking for the first time. I was like, the game was moving fast for me, even when I was in dugout,
Can you explain that? Because this is the slowest game on earth. And I say that as a diehard fan, but it's not zing, 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 zing.
Exactly.
People always say when they move up, if the manager gets ejected or if the manager's out for a couple games, whatever it is, and they move up a seat, they're shocked at how fast it moves. Yeah. What the hell does that mean, Miggy?
So, okay, this is what that means. When you're managing a game, right? Okay, let's say you're a fan trying to control the whole thing, right? So all you have is two eyes, and this is all you can see. Whatever is happening in front of you, you can see what happened in the bench. You can see what's happening in the cage. If someone is getting ready to hit or not, you can see what's happening in the bullpen. All you have is right here. And whatever you're watching is what you're like controlling, right? You're controlling maybe the pitchers, the pitches, what was on, like the umpire, what is he doing behind the play. You're putting signs to the third base coach. So for me, it's all about trust. If you don't trust your personnel, you're done. It's gonna be moving way too fast because you're gonna be worrying about so many things at the same time, and that's when you start missing things. You have to be on top of every single pitch. And then when a runner got on first base, you have to put a sign, an offensive sign. And then let's say it's an inning where the pitcher can hit 4 in the inning. So you need to translate with your bench coach and tell, hey, this lefty might hit here. But if they bring a lefty, the righty needs to be ready. We need to get someone going in the bullpen. So that's why so many things happen at the same time when the game gets to those crucial innings, like the 4th, the 5th. You got a guy working on the bullpen. You got 2 guys getting ready to hit, maybe double switching. And then on top of that, you have to be able to like put a hit and run on or a bunt or
stop. We don't hit and run and bunt anymore.
Well,
it's enough.
I mean, what I'm talking about. Like maybe 3-1 count, you're running or not running, 3-0 swing or not swing. So those are the little things that sometimes you actually forget, It's a 3-0 count and the third base coach is looking at you and you're like just watching right here. Just watching the game. That's where the game like speed up on you,
That's fun though. I'm so happy that he does that. And I hope that more teams, because I've said it ever since I first met you. I was like, that's a future manager. Is that what you think about?
Yeah, definitely. 100%. I feel like different ways that I can help an organization get better at. Being an infield coach, I can be I learn a lot, man, about positioning, about analytics. I think about work ethic and preparation for the game. I played all 4 positions in the infield before, so I know what I want to be talking about, especially laying games, how to guard the line, how to hold runners on place. So I think infield kind of is my strength. But I would definitely like to manage.
You want to manage. As long as I will tell you this, man, and you don't need me to tell you, it's a grind, dude. It is a 12-month. You're not playing for 7 and then go chill with your family. It is 12 months a year. You're dealing with a lot of bullshit. You got to talk to the media before and after every game.
Every game.
You're the fall guy, even when the lineups are made up top. It's why did Miggy Rowe make that stupid decision? Why did he put that pitcher in? Even though it might have been decided before the game, this is kind of what we're doing. It's a lot of stuff, man.
Yep. No, yeah, and that's gonna be the experience that you never have. Like you never have experience when you're not done it before. Even when you're being with like a lot of good guys. I remember a couple years ago, I started asking Donnie, what is your best your best advice as a manager, and who gave you the best advice. He talked to me about Buckshot Walter. He talked to me about Joe Torre. He talked to me about so many guys that help him shape the way that he is. He still follow his heart and whatever he feels is right in the game. But at the end of the day, you're not shaped by just who you are. You're shaped by so many people that help you get there. And like I say, a manager is not just the guy who's there with the face, and doing this to the catcher or the pitcher. It's the whole group. You have to have a strong and solid coaching staff that help you get to where you want to get. Because if you don't have that, it's impossible. I'm telling you, like sometimes the guys behind the scene are the guys who are helping you be the manager, the best manager you can be. Having a good pitching coach, like a pitching coach that hey, whatever he do, I go with, I asked Ozzie Guillen. Ozzie Guillen was a good manager and he won a World Series. And he didn't make one pitching move. He let the guy decide who's pitching and whatever. He has to take the responsibility after, because like you say, they're gonna say it was you making that move. But he never gonna, throw this guy under the bus and say, oh, I don't care. He's a pitching coach. No, he's gonna take the responsibility, and I think accountability is huge in that role.
So you're the leader of a really young team. Do any of those guys know what a badass Don Mattingly was as a player?
I think they have an idea, but they're not fully, onto the track of the Don Mattingly career, because he was a bad man.
Dude, he's one of those borderline Hall of Famers, and I hate using that term because I think people hear borderline Hall of Famer and they're like, well, if you're borderline, you can't be there.
Right.
But, before his back injuries and stuff like that, he was just unbelievable. Both sides of the ball. I mean, I've seen very few first basemen that could rival him defensively.
Nine Gold Glove, huh?
It just so good. I mean, he freaking played third base one day as a lefty. And they tried to bunt on him. He's like, yeah, good try, motherfucker.
Good luck.
That shit ain't gonna work.
Yeah, Donnie, that's one of the most special things that Donnie bring to the team as a manager. He's actually your best coach. He can actually help Lewin Diaz at first base. Lefty, tall guy, skinny, Dominican kid that have a great hands, but Donnie put him in positions that he's gonna be even better. He's gonna have a great chance to be really, really good defensively. And then offensively, he give you really, really good tips on the plate too, what to look for this guy, what to do in these situations, and that's sometimes that's what guys and players on that team, they don't take advantage of, just because, he's a manager or something like that.
He was just, I'm telling you, dude, they had bobblehead day recently of Don Mattingly, and he's just that crouch, and then you just explode. And it's amazing because look at all the empty seats at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
He got there right after they made the World Series in 81. Right. And then he checked out right before they went on their run in 96. And I have very little sympathy for Yankees or Yankee fans, but I always did for him because I always felt like he played balls to the wall every game.
Every day.
Oh, he was so good, dude. God, he was so special.
Yeah, I wish I could have watched him play more. I was messing with him the other day because he's 60, but he looks like he's 45.
Right.
40 years old, He told me that he thinks he's in a better shape right now than when he was playing. So
yeah,
that tells you a lot about the guy, the work ethic, and trying to stay in the game.
Well, he hit the reset button on the old family thing, so that'll keep you young. He's got kids that are older, and then he's got the one that's younger too. So yeah, you might be 60, but you better get your ass running around the house too.
100%.
Keep yourself in shape there, no question. Two tremendous honors for you yet again: Heart and Hustle Award for the Miami Marlins. More importantly, you are the Roberto Clemente nominee for that team. You got to wear 21 on Roberto Clemente Day. what does all of this mean to you?
Yeah, well, starting with the Heart and Hustle Award, another great opportunity to show not just myself, but I mean everybody in the organization and guys coming from the minor leagues. That I mean, you want to lead, you gotta lead by example. You know, you gotta continue to I mean, put the effort every single day. I don't care what kind of season you have, or what talent do you have on you, or the ceiling that they put. You just have to just give me your effort every single day. And that's what I do. You know, every single time that I got the opportunity to put my uniform on and step between those lines, I'm gonna give you everything that I have, regardless of the results. Then talking about the Roberto Clemente Award, coming from Latin America and having the opportunity to play this game and like live my dream, which is playing in the big leagues and having the opportunity to be in Miami, which is the diverse of cultures that we have here. And remember actually the life and the legacy of Roberto Clemente and who he was, not just on the field, but off the field as well. And the way that he died and the way that he went out of his own way to help people. I think that's what one of the most important awards that someone can receive. You know, I will never take for granted this opportunity to represent an organization being the Roberto Clemente Award, not just for what you do on the field and just for being Latin and representing Miami, but what you do off the field and trying to help and impact life. So, I mean, it's everything. I'm not going to tell you that I dream about being a Roberto Clemente Award winner or nominee, but having the opportunity to receive that when you're not expecting anything is the best feeling in the world, man.
It doesn't surprise me. You know, I have the good fortune of working in both sports, and over at NFL Network, I work with a couple of guys who are Hall of Famers, and Kurt Warner and LaDainian Tomlinson, both of whom won the regular season MVP award as well. Kurt won it twice. They both were named Walter Payton Man of the Year, which is essentially the Clemente Award in the world of the NFL.
Okay.
They both say they value that award so much more than being named the best football player in a season. And they say it's not even close. And people probably hear that and they're like, nah, you got to be full of shit. Like, no, they honestly feel that way because they understand the platform people have, you know, when they're entertainers or athletes. And it's one thing to say you can utilize it. It's another thing to do it. And I was so proud of you. And that's why I FaceTimed you that day. I was,
you know, I appreciate that call, and I appreciate that. I mean, that make you happy, make me happy as well, because that tells you how it is for how much that means for players like me. That when you're having a good year and you're having like Vladimir Guerrero Jr. kind of year, you're expecting to win something, you know, you're expecting to get, you know, you get a lot of recognized and a lot of attention about MVP, home run king, batting title, or whatever it is. But when you do something from the heart and you're not even thinking about it, you know, like you're not thinking about like, okay, I'm going to do this because I want to win the award. It's the best. And you can ask the winners before. You can ask McCutcheon, you can ask Nelson Cruz, you can ask Cookie Carrasco, you can ask those guys, and they gonna tell you the same, that it doesn't matter what happened on the field. I mean, this means so much just because I never did it to win an award, you know, and that's what is good and really cool. And I want to say congratulations to all the other 29 nominees that it's gonna be really hard to decide just for one, you know.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that. I mean, I think the fact to narrow it down to one, you know, nominee per team that's a chore as well. And then to have to pick somebody who wins or is named the recipient, I think it's a tremendous challenge. But a tip of the cap to you, sir, and to the other 29 nominees. Believe me, it's appreciated. Let's see here. Before we let you go, two other things. Give me your NL MVP vote right now. Is it a matter of if the Phillies or the Padres make it? Because it seemingly is down to those two.
Yeah, I feel like it's Bryce Harper. And I'll tell you why. Bryce, he's been doing so many things for that team, lineup wise. Remember, I face the Phillies 18 times a year. I have the opportunity to play against Bryce so many times. Guy, you have to look at the numbers, and I know he got hit in the face. He was out for a little bit because he got hit in the face early in the year, maybe in June or something like that. And I talked to him after that. Talked to him how difficult it was for him to regroup after that hit after that ball that he took on the face, and be a impact player at the play again, because he was hitting good. He was hitting like 305 or something like that. But at that time, he got like, I don't know, maybe 9 homers or something like that, 20 something RBIs. What he's done after that, being in a different positions in the lineup, he was hitting second one day, third. They put him in the 4 hole when they need him. Guys start getting healthy. Realmuto got back. He went back to the 3 hole. So for him to put the numbers that he put on so far is impressive. And the guy never takes days off. So that's why I feel like Harper got my vote today for the best player in the National League.
You have an MVP vote? Because that one's going to be a tough one, right? We've got Burns, we've got Scherzer, we've got Buehler. All those guys. Gossman's had a great year, although he's fallen off a little bit lately. Do you have a favorite? For
the Cy Young, you say, not MVP.
Sorry, Cy Young.
No, for the Cy Young, I will give it to Scherzer again. I think he just got to 3,000 strikeouts career. He's gonna strike out more than 250 maybe for the year. I don't know the number, but what he's been able to do since he went to LA. I think 7-0 is 1 point some ERA. Almost threw a perfect game the other day, finishing strong, 2-something ERA for the year. I think he got the best FIP, balls in play. If you take away the errors and all that stuff, I think he's the best at that as well. I think it's been amazing.
Well, I don't think you'd want to face any of those guys I just mentioned. No. Have you even faced Burns?
Yeah, I faced Burns early in the year, and his cutter was disgusting. That fastball that cuts like that, and he got a little slider and curveball going with that. It wasn't a fun series against Milwaukee, to be honest with you. It was Burns. It was Hauser, guy who throw like 95 mile per hour sinkers, and then Peralta, and then what is the name of the other guy? Woodruff.
Yeah.
Disgusting. I think the best rotation in the big leagues right now. Right.
Yeah. It wouldn't shock me if at the end of the day, the Fall Classics up there in Milwaukee would not surprise me, man. That pitching plus the back end with Williams and Hader.
Oh yeah.
And they've got other guys that just, all have their role in the bullpen.
Right.
Really interesting. All right. I know it's a game day. I appreciate your time. I'm going to spin the wheel of moderately interesting things.
Let's do it.
A couple new categories. Let's see what we got. That was a good one for you.
What you got?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
No, don't worry.
What?
No. Hey, just settle down. I know you're a family man. Settle down.
All right.
What's your favorite sports team outside of the Miami Marlins? Don't pick that. Is there one that you root for in any sport?
I think it's gotta be the Lakers. Yeah, I'm a basketball fan. It's been a while since I really locked in on a full season or something like that.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like I play in LA, and I got the opportunity to watch Kobe play over there, and it was fun. It was fun, and I always liked that team back in the day when Shaq, Kobe, Fisher, and all those guys played together there. Oh, I love it, man. And I feel like I keep rooting for the team, like thinking about that time. So I haven't really followed the whole season, like I say, like I always see like whatever, the Golden State did for a couple years, and what the Cavaliers did with LeBron, and then coming back to Miami and all that kind of stuff. But I think the Lakers will be the team that I say, hey, I will be a fan, will get a jersey, and I will go to the games and root for them.
Well, that's not, and all those guys are older than you, by the way, that are playing for them now, basically.
Yep.
There you go. You could be the young pup. If you signed a 1-year deal with the Lakers, you'd be like the 8th oldest guy at 32.
Yeah.
You know? A bunch of old dudes there.
Old dudes there. Yeah.
So I know you're traveling right after the season, right? You're gonna go.
Yeah,
go see family.
I'm excited because I'm gonna go see my mom.
Great.
After a long time, I'm excited. I'm planning my trip right now, and I want to go there, and I want to spend quality time with her, you know. And then I'm gonna take my family on vacations as well.
Good.
So I'm excited. I'm excited to take some time off and then go back to it.
All right. Well, and Rose Rotation listeners and viewers would love to know if you're going to say hello during the playoffs. Can we?
100%. Whatever I am, I'm gonna keep my computer with me. So I'm 100% sure that this is not gonna be the last time that I'm gonna see you guys throughout this outlet.
I love
it. Looking forward to see what the playoffs are gonna look like this year. Knowing that I have the little experience last year, plus the one with the Dodgers, and I think it should be really fun.
Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And there's a lot of good teams. There's a lot of good pitching, and there's going to be a lot of good storylines. So listen, thank you for an amazing regular season run. And it will not stop. We'll keep pushing through in October, but I want you to get your family time in. I want you to go see Mama, which is great, and finish up strong.
Oh, thank you, Chris. And to finish up, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity. JOMBOY Media, thank you for getting me on board. Chris, thank you for texting me a year or something ago with this idea of having me on board. I really appreciate that you are a lot of guys that play in the big leagues, giving me this opportunity to for the people to know a little bit more about me, about my career, and not just me, but my team and the Marlins. You know, thank you for putting the Marlins on the planet and of baseball, which is really nice. And hopefully you guys enjoy every single story that we share. But I really appreciate the opportunity to be here with you.
You kidding me? You don't have to thank me, dude. It's an honor. It is really an honor to have you in so many levels. And mostly because you're just a great dude. You're a really good human.
Thank you very much, brother.
I always love talking with you, and then I want to go kick myself afterward because I'm not as good. But it's all good. So listen, finish up. Go say hi to your family for me.
I will.
And go travel safely back to Venezuela as well once the season is done. And we'll catch up during the postseason if that sounds good.
Sounds good, Chris. Thank you very much, man.
You got it. And thanks, everybody, for tuning in here on the Chris Rose Rotation, a production of JOMBOY Media.